Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cryptid Cartoons with Dirty Fylth. I'm here every Saturday, pending UFO abduction or beating up by Sasquatch or other random acts of gods of some sort. And also, you can check out Dave Scott Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific. And you can check out Handsome Grantavius Flavius Maximus with the Max Report on Wednesdays. Lee Strauss is also with him. And also, Friday, Element 115 with Lee as well. And on the weekend, Mr. Rob G, capital M, Mr. Rob G. And I'm also here every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific. I was going to say 3 p.m. Mountain, but I'm just going to go with the regular Pacific time thing. It's just me by myself tonight because Fox Vegas is out hunting some Zombunnies in the wild. It's very dangerous. So I wish Fox all the best. Nonetheless, this is going to be the March drawing for my calendar. I was going to do February because it's got the Space Sprog giving one of the Zombunnies a hug. But I did this March drawing up earlier today, and I really like it, so I decided I'm going to go with that instead. That's the beauty of being in charge of my own stuff. So, hello, Candace and Kitty Caddywhack and Operation Shutdown, Miriam, Undead Jed. Oh boy, Mel WD40, Juliana, Nick, and I don't know if I forgot anybody else. I don't think so. If I did, I'll probably catch you later. But I'm going to try my best to make sure that I kind of keep an eye on the chat room. Like I said, Fox Vegas isn't here tonight. She's out. Weird. She's out collecting Zombunnies. So this is this will be the March drawing, like I said, of my calendar, which should be out hopefully October, November. That's what I'm kind of gunning for right now. So, oops, let me just click the button here. There we go. Alrighty. So, this one is, I like to do like a rabbit themed thing for March. And it just so happens now that I am part of the sideshow with the Zombunnies, I can put the Zombunnies in here as well. So that works out just absolutely perfect. So, this drawing is one of the gray aliens wearing a rabbit suit, and he's asking the Zombunnies, don't they supposed to lay eggs of some sort? Because everybody knows rabbits lay eggs. And the Zombunnies are wondering what the heck he's talking about. So, yes. It's a little bit sweaty in the studio today. It's been hot the last couple of days here in Edmonton, so not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday was pretty slimy. But today's just marginally slimy. My thick Canadian blood's not used to this kind of weather. Which is why I could never live in a place like Florida or California or something where it's, gruesomely hot all the time. Yes, chocolate ones. I wonder if we've ever figured out the caramel secret. I don't know if the caramel bar is a Canadian thing or not, but Americans have it. But I remember that was a big thing growing up. They pushed that advertisement pretty good. What's the secret of the caramel bar? I mentioned that the other day. I was just in a chat room thing, and I mentioned the caramel secret. Everyone's wondering what we're talking about, Filthy. So I'm not sure if it's just I'm old or it's a Canadian thing. So because I know in Canada we have what Americans call Smarties, but they're called Rockets in Canada. And they're my adopted mom's favorite candies in the world. And every time I see a bag, I always buy a bag for her. I'm not sure about Zom kittens. Might have to be something. We'll see if she can collect some of them. I mean, she just goes out into the wild and she's just wearing like her army boots and she's just got a great big net. And I'm not sure how else she does it, if she uses any bait or anything. I kind of stay out of that. It's I leave that kind of stuff to the professionals. Oops, I got a little bit of. Actually, I have to double check something really quick here because I had to inquire about which colors I was going to use for the Zombunnies for this drawing. Ooh, let me write this down real quick. We have Carlin. There he is. And who's the other guy here? I don't know the name of that one, but he's I didn't even think about this before the show. So blue and gray. Easy enough. Okay, and the gray guy. He doesn't have a name, actually, that I know of so far. Oh, well. There we go. It's very important to keep the canon on all the drawings and everything. Cat fuzz. You know, like 3 cats in the house. Can never escape all the cat fuzz. That's all right, though. They're all good. My gargoyle is sitting right behind me right now. He's basically a little cat puddle of fluff. Most of the cats are puddles right now. So, I'm not sure the exact temperature. I'm not old. I don't worry about that stuff. Or I might be old, but I just still don't worry about that stuff. But works a bunch of old people, and every day I get to hear about the temperature. Oh, yeah, Klaus, it'd be really hot out today. I'm like, yes, summertime. It's hot in the summer. Old people, I tell you. All right. Also, I had bought some other paper, and I gave it a shot, but I didn't really like it too much. So I went back to my fancy Canson paper. There we go. And then after this, I'm going to go for my chicken wings, as I normally do. It's a ritual at this point in time. The mad scientist there. Oh, hello, lovely Julie. Hello, Magneticus Attracticus. The mad scientist that runs the restaurant at the local pub there. He always makes this gruesomely hot stuff for me. There's only me and this other Mexican dude that go there and get all those super hot wings. But it's not super hot where it just melts your face and there's no flavors. He's got a good medium in there, so I'm happy with that. He buys an extract and he puts a whole bunch of secret ingredients together with it, so I'm not exactly sure what he does. I don't want to know because that's like trade secrets, right? Not like I would ever. Actually, I should try that one day. Make my own hot sauce. But I feel like if I'm doing something else besides drawing cartoons, I'm just kind of cheating on my cartoons. Like when I have to go do all the writing for my books. Hello, boy. We have a gremlin has just joined us. I should get another camera and just put it there in the window where the cats always go sit. And then we can have a cat camera. I'm pretty sure that's what people would rather watch is cats. I went at the art walk earlier this year. I think I said this last Saturday. 1 second here. There we go. There's a lady beside us, and her booth was all paintings of cats. We were going to go shake her down because it was directly affecting our people coming to us. But you know what? Next year, I'm just going to have a whole bunch of Space Sprog drawings, cat-themed things. And then Fox said she's going to make a bunch of Sprog plushies. So actually, there's a lady that stopped by too, and she bought a pack of my stickers because got packs of stickers for super cheap. If you want a pack of stickers, there's like 6 of them for like $5. I could ship them anywhere in the world. Anyway, she bought a pack of stickers and then she messaged me and she was kind of upset that she didn't buy some more. So I said, well, you know what? Just let me know. I can ship anywhere in the universe. And so she said, cool. I'm going back to, oh, geez, I can't even say the name. It's some Chinese city with lots of syllables or whatever. Anyway, point is, she asked if she could buy something, and I'm gonna get some stuff sent to her, and then I'll have artwork in China, which is kind of cool because I don't have any artwork in China that I know of yet. I know I have artwork in Tasmania, in Australia, and South Korea, and the UK, and Italy at the Curly and Camera headquarters, which I think is the coolest thing in the world because they're my favorite Italians and one of my favorite bands. Yeah, Jules, when I was younger, I used to just I thought Frank's Red Hot was hot stuff, and then I just ended up trying more and more spicy things, and then I just kind of developed a good taste for it. It has to have flavor because, because you can have all the heat in the world. I mean, I tried one of those super hot got to sign a waiver, challenge hot wing things. And basically, all the guy was doing is just mixing a whole bunch of different hot sauces together and extracts and just calling it a day. But if you can actually get someone to actually make a hot sauce, an actual hot sauce, with ingredients instead of just throwing hot things together, it makes a difference and it's really tasty. But yes, I got a whole bunch of art all over the world, and I keep bugging Science Bob that if he's ever going to launch another rocket or something that goes into space, I was like, Bob, you gotta let me know because I gotta send you a drawing, and then you gotta stick it on the inside of your rocket. Just tape it to the inside, because then I can have like the super. Hold on, I gotta have a swig of water here. I'm just dying. No tea today, just water, folks. Precious hydration. So if Bob could get me a drawing to blast into space, and I could brag and go, well, I know Leonardo da Vinci's pretty good, but does he have cartoons in space? I think not. And then I can brag about that. And then people will be like, whatever, man. So it's like at the art walk, a lady came by and she's like, oh, hey, you're back again this year. I bought a cartoon from you last year. And it was the Sasquatch trick stick, where it's two Sasquatches and they're standing behind a bush. And underneath them, there's a bunch of just the right footprints. Excuse me. Yeah, Bob's a rocket scientist, quite literally. I'm pretty sure. Oh, hi, Polly. And anyways, I thought it was a hilarious drawing, because a lot of times people say when they find Sasquatch footprints, it's just one foot over and over. So the cartoon joke was that Sasquatch just has a stick with a footprint on it. So yeah, sometimes that kill me with my funny stories. But as long as other people are enjoying my art, that's what makes me happy. And if I can get someone to get it, if I get a chuckle out of somebody with my cartoons, then my day has been complete. I just like to share my stuff with everybody. And I appreciate everybody that hangs out and watches me do all this stuff, because it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this. I'm doing it anyway, so like I said, might as well just share it with some people. The only thing I have to do is make sure I don't swear, and I gotta wear headphones and my ears get all sweaty, and then yeah, that's the only downside. Because I can't play music, otherwise YouTube would yell at us, and then Dave would get in trouble, and then I'd get in trouble, and I wouldn't get paid my slices of pizza monthly. I don't know what kind of color I'm going to do this question mark. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alrighty. I should have actually used a smaller brush, but this one's still good. It's got a nice good point on it. Pointer brush. It's like the pointer rock. Pizza does so. Ooh, pizza, yeah. Hello, Tim James. How's it going, buddy, old pal? Pizza, yeah. Oof. That's the only thing that my only criticism I could have about the local pub is they don't make pizza there. But that's all right. Can't win them all. Piss me off, can't win them all. Anyway, not important. Chicken wings just as good anyways. Actually, there's my friend's van cratered on him this week on Tuesday. I thought he was dead because he didn't show up to work and didn't hear anything from him or nothing. And then he shows up and he's all grumpy pants. Like, what the hell's going on, Ray? And he goes, waste of money. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so his van cratered on him. And so Reader's Digest version of the whole story is we ended up having to take him to he's like, oh, I went back to the car dealership repair guy that ripped me off last time. I'm like, Ray, why would you go to the guy that ripped you off last time? He's like, he was the only guy open. Anyway, it's not important. Long story. Anyway, so what I'm getting to here, because I just go on a tangent all the time and then I start rambling about other things. There was a place across the street from it, and it was called Cat Fuzz. It wasn't called Spit Cat Fuzz. It was called Cosmic Pizza and Donair. So I figure I might have to go give it a shot one day. Maybe Like, hey, buddy, you should buy a drawing off of me of some sort. Yeah, good mechanics are hard to find, but you know what? They're basically like used car salesmen anyway. I can't let you leave the lot because you can't drive away without your spark plug being fixed. It's like, sure, but then I got to do a oil change and all this other garbage, and then, you know, that's why if anything breaks down, that's where you just got to kind of know a little bit of everybody. You should always know a lawyer, an electrician, a mechanic, and a painter. Those are the most important things, since like people to know. You may ask why a painter is important, because actual painters are usually pieces of garbage and they will rip you off. But if you actually know a painter, like my dad, then you always get a good deal on the painting, and it's done properly. I usually go help him with all his painting. There's a lot of painting with him. Interior painting, I should clarify. Yeah, Tim, you better talk to Race Fan about setting up a website. Macho Man Point. Hello, boy. I got the Grimloid coming to hang out because, yes, mister, your pal Whitney's not here today. Yep. Okay, there you go. Yep. All right. Hi, Candace. Have a great weekend as well. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Thanks, Mr. Gremlin. I didn't need to turn the page to paint this or anything. What a bore. Why are you like that? Is it because you're orange and you have brain damage? Yes. He's orange and has brain damage. Look at him. He doesn't even care. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm an orange cat. Right, mister? Big dork. You big dork. That beat up that cat a little bit. All right, there. That's a good spot, mister. He's in a better spot now because that way I can move my hand a little bit. Yeah, Race Fan. Orange boys are... Well, there's something. Usually he's piled on his mother, or if Fox Vegas is here, then he bugs her, but Gargoyle is actually partial to... He's the Fox's best buddy, I'd say. Him and the Space Cap. I got a friend that comes over. We trade plants. He's probably got like 10 or 15 different plants that I've grown. I know he has a chunk of my cactus. My dad got this cactus probably like 40 some odd years ago. He was doing painting at a house, and this lady's cactus had a piece had fallen off onto the floor, and he asked her to have a piece of it. And excuse me. And anyways, he asked if he could have a chunk of the cactus, and she said sure. And so he's, Mister, your cat fuzzes everywhere. And so he's had that chunk of cactus for about 40 years, give or take. And he gave me a piece of it. Well, that old lady said that she had that cactus. Good God. He's not very smart, folks. She said that she had the cactus for the better part of 60 years. So it was already fairly old when my dad got the piece of it. And so there we go. When he gave me a chunk, I've had that piece for about 20 years, and I probably gave a piece to my pal, the Space Captain, probably a good solid 8-9 years ago, probably closer to 10 now. So that's like an immortal cactus. So I keep telling him that anytime a piece comes up that he can chop off and give to somebody, do it just so that cactus can live a long time. Well, the spirit of the cactus, I guess. I don't even know if that's the correct terminology, but whatever. So I got in my studio here. I have three vines, pothos, and well, two other ones rooting. Fox's mom gave me some of them. Two of hers. She cut off some pieces. And then I have a purple passion plant and a big spider plant. So what I did is I took the pothos and I made a big net on the ceiling. Is a rope net, and that's where it just creeps along there. It's gonna be I'm gonna move one of these days, and it's gonna be a pain in the arse to untangle that dreadlock of plants, but that's all right. It'll be the last thing to go. Oh, Tim and Lee better bring your teddy bears up there. And your blankie. Alrighty. Get this grass all colored in here. Must be weird to... I was thinking about this the other day of Halloween and everything, because I noticed that the dollar store had some of their Halloween stuff. And I was thinking, people that live in places where it doesn't snow all the time don't realize how lucky they are to have a Halloween where you don't have to wear your winter jacket or thicker clothes or make your Halloween costume like a size and a half too big. Just get to go outside in your Halloween costume. As a kid, I remember many Halloweens where we had to bundle up underneath our costumes. It just didn't look the same, but it was a relatively decent Halloween last year. The one before that was really cold. No snow though, but it was really cold. I went with my pal Watson. We went out and took his kids out Halloween and everything. And of course, we had to make sure we check for poison, right? So, full size candy bar. That one's poisoned. Oh, can of pop. Oh, that's poison. Glug, glug, glug. Little vodka in there. But yeah, I'm excited. And my friend Tegan does a Halloween party every year. I can't wait to go this year. I think she's doing something. She did a carnival theme thing last year, but I was out busy and it's not important. But all right, let's see here. I gotta get my fancy red pen. Good old fancy red pen. These, and I know what's sad is these pens are slowly running out of their color. So it's all right. I'm gonna have to order a couple new ones. I was looking at some, but this brand that I've been using, they don't make any pens anymore. So I'm kind of sad about that. Hey, you know what, Tim? If you got a lot of outdoor gear, you should buy a kayak from me. I got like 8 kayaks at work we want to get rid of. Buy the kayaks. I know they're no good in the forest, but buy them anyway, so I have space in my warehouse. Little spinneroony. A Booker T spinneroony. Hold on, I gotta refill my water here. Glug, glug, glug. I got smart and I just brought this great big huge bottle of water up here. So Caro cactus, eh? Let me write that down. Probably saying that wrong. Oops. Yeah, that cactus I have is Nebraska. Hey, my best American buddy in the whole world lives in Nebraska. Me, Bob. All right. What am I gonna do first here? Let's do the alien, shall we? Actually, I forgot something here. Me Bob came up for my wedding. It was really cool. Big Nebraska farm boy. And when we were putting all the chairs and everything away, it was just kind of funny. Here's me, 2 chairs at once, and Me Bob just grabs like 10, clunk, grabs 10 more, clunk, carries 20 away. I'm like, all right, I'll let you do it. Excuse me. Yeah, that's like me and plants. I'm not allowed to have any more plants. No more plants for me because I just don't have enough room. Like my downstairs is kind of a jungle as it is. And the problem when you start having different types of plants is you can't just go in and water all your plants at once, because some of them you don't want to overwater, and some of them, like a spider plant, will just survive on neglect. I always like this pink with a little tinge of purple in it. I seen a video the other day of a guy can just make any color you give him, he can make it in paint. This type of guy you need. I'm not very good at mixing paint colors because my problem is I make it and then it's just a pain to try to get that color again when I need it. So I usually just try to buy there we go. I just try to buy the colors that I need, because for the most part I don't really deviate from too many from too many different colors. Yeah, my work has a whole bunch of kayaks and it's all camping and fishing stuff. If you ever need a whole bunch of lures and stuff, I can get you some Len Thompson, boys. Actually, we sold a lot of Len Thompson this year. It's probably my favorite type of lure, Len Thompson or Rapala. Those are two good brands. Len Thompson's really good though. That's a lot of people swear by that. Actually, the next time those guys come up and bring a delivery of their stuff, I'm going to tell them I want a hat or something. I'll probably never wear it because I have the hat that I always wear, but this has got like he feels like he's like annoyed. I wonder if does anybody remember the Noid? Dirty, filthy Saturday. Oh, yeah. And you know what else I found out? Andrew Gnome. Oh, hi, by the way, Andrew Gnome's Trucking. I found out that Sting from WCW is from Omaha, Nebraska. That's where my buddy lives. Oops. All right. Oh, just about done painting up this Mr. Alien guy here. This is probably Carl. Fucking Carl, unbelievable. I got two plushies left. I have Fabrice and Carl from the art walk, and I took them. I had to go to West Edmonton Mall to buy some essentials, and I stopped at the Five and Dive. It's a little like heavy metal dive bar thing they got there on Bourbon Street. And so I stopped there and I asked the guy to take a picture of them. So I bought a whiskey and I put it there and I made it look like Carl was all pickled up off his whiskey. And there's Fabrice going to pick up the boys again. Because basically Fabrice he's always got to bail the boys out because Carl, Stanton, and Alan, they're trying to get rich. They're trying to figure out what life is like under Earth and doing all this stuff. And it always seems to backfire on them. They're like the Cowboy Bebop of aliens, which is actually a really good anime. I'm not a really big guy into anime or television or anything like that, really, but Cowboy Bebop is really good. My pal Curtis let me borrow the DVD set. Domino's. Oh yeah. Little Caesars. No, Little Caesars was Domino's. I worked at Little Caesars for a long time when I was like 18, 19. Cooking stuff. I don't know. We got like Stansport and Camco mostly. Stansport's weird because Stansport they have like really good quality stuff. They got these like really nice like wrought iron pans, and then they have this survival knife, and it's like the dinkiest thing in the world. It's like dollar store brand stuff. I don't get it. So it's just, I guess, how some companies work. Cat fluff. Look at, I've been abandoned by all the cats. They're just melted and floated down somewhere. And also, speaking of the Noid, I have the Yo Noid video game for my regular Nintendo because I still have my regular Nintendo. And how else am I going to play Final Fantasy 1 Dragon's Quest? But I usually take that for a spin every once in a while. I like all my old video games. They're easy. There's like 3 buttons. That's it. You don't need any more than that. I don't really play a lot of video games. I played some Baldur's Gate with my pals last weekend. I had fun with that, but most part I don't have a lot of time for video games, unfortunately. Yeah, Caesar's got the little Caesar guy, also with delicious crazy bread. Ooh, maybe I should get some crazy bread. I don't know. I'm starving. My tapeworm is starving. Ooh, rubber Gumby. I remember Gumby. I think I still have my little Gumby action figure. I believe I had Pokey as well. I know that's long gone. I haven't had that for a long time, but all right, avert your eyes, children. He's using an ink pen. To be fair, I only really use it for my daisies. All right, nobody's seen anything. All right, let's do the clouds next, shall we? Happy little clouds. Oops, gotta give that a good clean. Yes, cast iron. That's not wrought iron. Sorry, I was incorrect. I rescind my previous comment. Cast iron. It's actually kind of cool because in the bottom of the pans, they tell you how to cure it and take care of them, which is smart because it's not like you'll ever lose the instructions that way. Unless somehow you scrape the bottom of your pan off or something. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Or if Mark Henry comes and folds your pan in half like he did way back in the day. That was funny. Good old wrestling. Cat Fuzz once again strikes. Alrighty. Now clear up the old little sky there. We're almost done. I gotta do the UFO. Do that next really quick. Flying away in the background there. Everybody needs a little. You know what? I'm not gonna comment on that. Everybody needs a little pokey, apparently. I'd like to have a donkey. Donkey would be cool. In one of my favorite book series, Finalizing Book of the Fallen, there's a annoyed plushie. I bet you I could get Fox to make me one of those. In the Malazan Book of the Fallen, there's a character, Scarl Pust, and his wife, Mogora. And they're always bickering and fighting and everything. And they have a donkey. And without ruining too much of the story, it's always the like bread-ended jokes and everything. Anyways, it's funny. That's my favorite book series in the whole world. Actually, we dice rolling next weekend for Dirty Fylth and his pals. Excuse me. 1 second. I have to blow my nose. Hold on a sec here, everybody. There. I can breathe. Let's get my nice light blue out. I need that for the base color. Yeah, dice rolling next weekend. And this campaign that I've been doing here it's almost over actually. There's probably only a couple left. I have to scroll back up here for a second because I gotta find the correct colorage. There we are. Yeah, there's only probably about 5 or 6 more left to go. Everybody's at the max level, and they're going to be getting themselves some pretty fancy gear pretty quick here. Obviously, got to have some fancy gear for the final bits of the battles and everything. You know, last boss and everything. So, alrighty, coloring up Carlin here. That's the name of this Zombunny, the blue guy. He's blue with gray highlights. So Fox, I get the esteemed privilege of naming all the Zombunnies from now on after the late researcher Hill. So I've named 2 of them so far. And I'm not sure if there was any proper way to do it. So I just named the one when I seen him. I just gave him a name. And it turned out that's Cat Fuzz. blasted cat fuzz, and it worked out really good. So I was kind of happy with it. It's kind of an honor to do that because I didn't think that I would be able to fill in such big shoes. So, and also plus I get to draw the Zombunnies in my world now. So that works out perfectly. Ooh, I like salmon. Salmon used to be the poor man's food way back in the medieval days because there it is. Salmon used to be poor man's food because it was widely abundant. It was abundant, and also brown bread was a poor man's food because it required less work. So white bread was the rich man's bread because you had to do more work to get it to be white, all the bleaching and the sifting and all that stuff. At least in medieval England. So, and now you go to the store, you want to buy like a loaf of fancy bread. It's like $8 million. Rip. My favorite bread is pumpernickel. I just like really heavy, dark bread. Go. Zombunnies. You can also use a cast iron pan to whack an angry dog man in the head. Take that. Boom. Actually, years ago, I made a little video, and it was Whiskey and Blob are sitting there. I'm like, hey, do you guys ever know what it sounds like when you hit a cat in the head with a frying pan? And then I shared it, and everybody got all upset. They're like, don't hit your cats with a frying pan. I'm like, geez, people, it's just a joke. Everybody got all bent out of shape. But that's the way the internet works, right? Everybody's grumpy about something. Can't just be happy. I discovered a long time ago it's much easier just to be happy and just let things slide. There's no point in getting grumpy about stuff. There really isn't. I wouldn't. Stupid fuzz. I wouldn't want to stress out about things that I can't really change, so I don't. I just draw my cartoons and carry on. Carry on, Phil. He needs an orange or yellow belly. Let's get this nice yellow in here. This little rabbit belly. There we go. You know, I still don't know what color I'm going to do that question mark. And the best fish in the world, at least in my esteemed opinion, as I refill my giant vodka glass, which is actually just water, my favorite fish is halibut. It's the steak of the ocean. And they're weird because they grow normally and then they eventually become flat and they're really ugly looking things. Oh. Boiling to death here, folks. I'm boiling to death. Oh, yeah. Gotta love the Reuben. You know, you just throw the Reuben away, just have the sauerkraut. Problem solved. Love sauerkraut. I just love cabbage in itself. Okay. I had for a snack this morning, I just fried up. Of course, I got water all over the place. Unbelievable. I just fried up some onions and cabbage and I'd probably be nice and stinky all day. A bit of garlic in there. Yeah, I got butter, extra salt. I don't eat a lot of salt normally, so when I do eat salt, I go a little overboard with it. I'm a salty person anyway, so I don't need salt more than usual. So anyway, rambling away. But bonk. Oh, well, apparently there's a thunderstorm brewing. Only one thing to do. Get to the safety of the pub and eat some chicken wings. I'm gonna go to one of those little British pubs one day. Have some fish and chips, hang out with, rub elbows with the local riffraff. They'll be like, boy, you're a dirty guy. I'll be like, yes. Just in case you didn't know. All right. Next on that, then I got to do speech balloon here, and then on to the inking part, my favorite. What am I looking at here? Gonna get my yellow boy. Actually, not last Thursday, but previous Thursday, we had a big thunderstorm came through Edmonton, and actually a lady in my neighborhood was hit by lightning. I didn't witness it or anything, but I just read about it, and people were astounded that medical treatment arrived within 3 minutes. But that's because there's a fire station and an ambulance depot. I don't know if that's the correct terminology for it, but there's ambulance and fire truck stations right close by here, right across the street from me. So pretty sure she's probably got one of those cool lightning strike tattoos that you get. It looks like it's all veiny all over your arms and body or whatever. I don't want to get hit by lightning to figure out what that's like. So yes, flounder. It's a funny word. Same with the Sverfneblin, which is a type of gnome in the D&D world. I'm just gonna go with the red. That's what I'm doing. Wait a minute. Look at my. Yes, she is okay there, Undead Jed. She's expected to make a full recovery. But because I was taking my garbage out at the time, and originally it was like, oh, it's just a little bit of rain. I'll just saunter out, and I got about 20 feet away, and it was just a massive amount of rain coming down, and then the lightning was basically right over top of me. And I figured, well, I'm probably going to get hit by lightning and die. But I guess somebody else took the bullet for me. There we go. Nice violet color. Can't really tell because it's not. I've never really had any bad electrical encounters. I guess the closest bad electrical encounter I've ever had was when I was doing maintenance and repair. I was fixing a stove, and I kept wondering why I kept getting these weird, like, little jingle jangles in my hands. And then I look down and I go, oh, geez, I should probably unplug the stove first. Yeah, I generally don't want to get hit by one of those. If I had a guardian angel at that point in time, the guy was probably like, what are you doing? He's like, stop. And so, yeah, anyways, I survived. It's all good. I didn't actually get anything harsh from it. So I count myself as fairly lucky. Let's make sure that's dry enough there. Not dry enough to my satisfaction. So I'm just going to color in this Easter egg real quick. A nice blue Easter egg. You know, it's weird. You get that thunder, there's no lightning, and there's hardly any clouds in the sky, and it's sunny, blue sky. It's a CIA pulling tricks on me. Okay. There we go. Doesn't look like much right now, but it'll Easter egg up when I get to that point. Okay. All right. Now it's to my satisfaction. Okay. And then on to the inking shortly after this. My favorite part, because then everything starts to look really nice. Just thinking I might have to go and make up my own typeface Bonk. Little Caesars. Keep talking about that. I might have to just get myself some Little Caesars instead. Actually, when I worked at that Little Caesars a long time ago, we had the Little Caesars mascot outfit thing, and everybody was too embarrassed to go out on the street and hold the sign and everything. And I was like, hey, if I don't got to do anything, you just stand on the street and hold the sign and act like a dork. I mean, nobody can see you anyways because you got the outfit on. Then why the hell not go do it? So I always did that. Okay, Tim, have fun. Tell Dave I say hi. Pet any dogs for me. Pet any cats that you see for me. You know, the usual. It's very important. Pet the cats and the dogs. I went to my friend's last Sunday, and she said we could raid her garden because she's out on the island, and she's got two great big huge dogs there, and they're always nice to see. Get a little scratch, little meatheads. Okay, it's done here. I believe that's all the color I've got to do for this one. Okay, here we go. Might have to add a little extra blue here. Possibly, I'll just keep these handy. Why do I have... One second here. I gotta grab a towel. Slob. Oh, microfiber. I hate that crap. Oh, that's just going to go right in the garbage. I just absolutely despise the feeling of microfiber anything. It's just gross. You know what? It's bugging me. There we go. Whatever. Figure it out. Okay. Boys out here. Lousy smarch weather. All right, everybody, on to the inking part, my favorite part. This is where everything starts to come together and look nice. I don't want to get my hands on that soggy spot over there, so I'll just do this upside down for the time being. Sometimes you have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. And if you're like that Bear Grylls guy, drink your own pee. I think he just does that any chance he gets at this point in time. He's like, well, couldn't park my car where I wanted to park it. Better drink my own pee. He's a weird guy. All right. Just going to move some of this stuff over here. Here we go. Oh, man, I'm not a big fan of the lettering. I have to buy a robot to do my lettering. Then I feel like, it'd be like if I had a butler. I don't even know what I would do if I had a butler. I'd be like, Reginald, let's get a whiskey. I'd be like, all right. I'd be like, I'll grab one. He'd be like, well, sir, that's what I'm for. I'm like, well, I got 2 legs, Reginald. Well, sir, why am I even here, company? Yes. Gray alien in his little alien suit, or his little rabbit suit. Damn aliens. All right. It's a fuzzy rabbit suit, too. It's not just like skin tight or anything. Little bit skin tight, not like those I don't know what you call those costumes that are just one color, monochrome color, whatever. But he got Carl got Lady Nightcrawler to make this for him, because Lady Nightcrawler does all the. Oh, speaking of Lady Nightcrawler, oh yeah, Lady Nightcrawler. I love this stuff. Look at that, beautiful. He got Lady Night. Let me tell you a little bit about Lady Nightcrawler. Not only does she have great sense of style, she also volunteers at the local animal shelter in the city, and she has a nice garden. And she DJs at the space bar. She DJs at the Liquid Lounge. This is really cool. And I thought this was going to sell out the art walk like first day, but I was wrong. The only person that was interested in it decided to criticize Fox and I for not knowing about some kind of weird Japanese rope tying thing. And then when we asked to be enlightened, she just said, just Google it. Great. Therefore, that person didn't know what they were talking about anyways. Onesies. Wet spot. You know, by the time you're finished, if you don't have a little wet spot on your stomach, did you actually do the dishes? I don't think so. Look at his little knobbly knees he's got here. Knobbly knees. Oh, my gray aliens. Alrighty. Yeah, Lady Nightcrawler is one of my favorite characters to draw. Super easy. And there's always a nice story about it. I'm currently working on a short little comic of Nightcrawler and Lady Nightcrawler going out to the Liquid Lounge and went dancing. Most people called them a ghost at the art walk. We're like, no, it's the Nightcrawler. But they were fairly popular. The original Nightcrawler drawing that I had, that was it was called Nightcrawler Only Pants. And it was a picture of the Nightcrawler with really tight pants, he had like a nice bum and everything. And some guy came up and seen it. He goes, wow, this is the greatest thing in the world. And we started talking about it, and we had a good chuckle. And then he goes, I got to buy this because the plushies come in a package. You get the original artwork that goes with it, pack of stickers, a bunch of other stuff, adoption papers, art cards, the love and adoration of Dirty Fylth. And yeah, so somewhere it's gone somewhere in the world at somebody's house, which I'm happy. Every time somebody scoops my art, I'm always happy about that. I always wish they would send me a picture of where they put it. Yeah, that's that Mystery Thunder again. Wigging me out here, folks. This cloud real quick here. I've had people, just when I go out places, I'm kind of a homebody. I don't really like going out anywhere because I just like to be at home with my plants and Mrs. Fylth and my cats. And I mean, why leave your house when you're just going to go back anyways? But when I do go out, I always take art cards and I just kind of drop them off and leave them at random places. And I had a lady message me on Instagram the one day, and she goes, hey, I found this really cool drawing, and it was a Nightcrawler drawing, and I remember doing it years ago, and I guess it just stayed in the mailbox that I threw it in, and nobody decided to actually look at the mailbox, and someone finally did, and she scooped that card up. It was really cool. So I've also been on the bus, and was on the bus the one day, and a guy had his backpack open, and so yep, art card right to your backpack there, buddy boy. So you probably got home and what the hell is this? Hopefully you got a nice chuckle out of it. I did that in Vegas. I just handed out art cards or left them on tables for people when I went to the first spaced out radio party. That was a really good time. Look at that. Carlin with his fluffy tail. I wonder if Dave's gonna have another one this year. I think I might. If there is, I might have to go to the one this year. Hold on, I gotta have some water. I'm just dying. Sweating it out as fast as I can drink it. And the Zombunnies are wondering, why is he talking about laying eggs? Rabbits don't lay eggs, or do they? They will, in fact, do not lay eggs, by the way, if you're wondering. Let's do the Cadbury bunnies. So, excellent. Alrighty. This is getting closer to completion too, folks. And then I will allow you to go and carry on the rest of your Saturday. I will be having chicken wings. One second here. I gotta sniper sight this one in. There we go. His little belly button. His little rabbit belly button. Oh, excuse me. All right. Almost time to whip up the background here. Got to give him something to stand on, right? It's very important. And chicken wangs. I'm going to invent my own sausage hot dog cart. It's going to be called Sweet Uncle Stevie's Slippery Sausage Shack. Put Stevie's meat in your mouth. That would go over like in Vegas really good. Because they're just out of control there. It's like anything goes really there. Nothing even surprises people anymore. Like, I'm prone to wearing war paint and stuff when I wander around. Just cake my face and white makeup and darken up my eyeballs. And usually people where I live, they look at me like I got two heads, or you get the usual, oh, it's not Halloween. Whenever people say, hello, mister. Whenever people say that, I'm like, you know what? When you're a published author and you draw cartoons, pretty much every day is Halloween. So don't sweat yourself too much there, Clint. But, you know, he did that in Vegas. They'd be like, wow, that's unique. And then people would buy it for a short amount of time and they'd go to the next weird thing. And I gotta have a little bush. It's always good to have a little bush. Can't go wrong with a little bush. Even a lot of bush. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's like having experience. All right. Keep neglecting it, but I might as well just do it. Get this stupid writing out of the way. Pouty pants. Filthy pouty pants having to do stupid writing. All right. You gotta give me a second here so I can write this all down, and I gotta be my best behavior while I do this so I don't ruin it. So 1 second here, folks. Gotta have that steady hand, and you can't blink. Pain in the rump roast. 1 second here. I think I may have screwed something up. Sometimes I have to double check my own writing, because I have been known to put spelling errors into my work unintentionally. I've had to redo a couple drawings in my lifetime because I got all the way through and then I did the writing, or I went to ink the lettering, and yeah, get through, ink it. Oh, great. That's a massive spelling error. So, but the secret is never pointed out to anybody. Oh, yeah. All this terrible, terrible printing. Which is why. Almost done here, and then I can go back to the happy little drawings. Doesn't help the cats are fighting underneath my feet right now. There we go. Yeah, pain in the ass, cats. Like, oh hey, look at you're trying to do some concentration. Let's just start Cat World War III underneath your feet there. How's that working for you, Filthy? You get the cats fighting under there. Gremlin just kind of lays down on his back and gets beaten up by the gargoyle. Little bush. That's right, Bill. Look at that little bush down there. It's nice and trimmed down, good and tight. Whoever's property they're on, they definitely take care of their yard. Good yard maintenance. It's like out in my front yard, I've got hops growing, and that bush is just massive. It is just out of control. I mean, you look at that bush, you'd be like, wow, that's impressive. The hops are actually pretty cool. You can take them and open them up and you can squish them. And then you smell them. Or you smell your hands and it smells like beer. And then sometimes you just squish a whole bunch of them and then your whole front yard smells like beer. Hoppy beer. Disgusting IPA. I drank so much IPA when I lived in Vancouver. It was like the only thing they ever served at pretty much every place. I have this IPA, and it was all hipsters. And you just wanted to strangle them with their tight girl pants. And yeah, anyways, stupid hipsters. I'm glad that phase is all done and over with. You'd never have to deal with hipsters ever again. I'd be more than okay having to never see those meaner kids ever again. I have to actually use my sexy pen here because I forgot to use the propulsion system on the UFO is always yellow as well. Jules just got a case of the giggles over there, chuckling about Filthy's bush. Unbelievable. Dave's probably just face palming right now. What is he doing? Shut up, Filthy. It's very important to add a UFO into your drawings too. I always like drawing my UFOs with the classic like 1950s dome on top. It just looks nice as opposed to everything's orbs and all this stuff now. Lane. Let's see here. Let's check something real quick. All right. We're almost done here, folks. I got to do the sun and then a little more detail, and then everyone can go for chicken wings or barbecue or giant Greek salad, which happens to be my favorite salad. Oh, there's some more crash, boom, bang, thunder. My gargoyle's all curled up in a little ball, wondering where his pal Fox Vegas is. Don't worry, mister, she still loves you. I can assure you she's not cheated on you with other cats. All right. Oh, for this other daisy here. And it's also important to have daisies. And my friend actually told me in my front yard, I never really noticed this, but apparently there's a cream soda. My favorite, if I don't drink a lot of pop or soda, as you crazy Americans say, and a lager, but I like ginger ale and ginger beers. I just like ginger. You got to get a good one that when you drink it, it fizzes so much that it tickles the back of your nose. That's the best. That's when you know you got a good ginger ale or ginger beer. Okay, Zombunnies, let's give you a little bit of shadows so that you actually exist. You're not just a figment of somebody's imagination. which technically they really are, because that's funny I would say that. All right, here, folks, we just got a little bit more detail to go do, and then I'll be off for chicken wings, and I'm gonna bug that Jacob guy to make sure he gets me fries this time. You know, it's like a running joke at this point in time. Oh, here comes Dirty Fylth. Is he gonna have fries? Nope, because Jacob's not gonna type it in. He's a good guy, anyways. He's only like 20 or something, so you can't blame him. I didn't care about anything when I was 20. Now I'm 40 and I don't care about anything. I care about a lot of things. I care about my like 13 friends and the people that enjoy my artwork and my cats. But it's very important to not be too serious in life, anyways. No point stressing your brains out and having an aneurysm or a brain bleed or some weird thing happen with you just because you're stressing over things. And, you know, just have a double whiskey. That should help. Have a coffee. Pour some Carol Ann's in there. That's what the missus likes. Hello, mister. Oh, here comes my most handsome boy in the whole world. Hello, my handsome boy. Hello, my handsome boy. There you go, mister. My Gurgy boy. I love this guy. The thing about Mr. Gargoyle is that he loved Blob just as much as I did. They were best buddies. I miss my Blob. I'm going to cry about it. All right, this is all done here. I forgot the last cloud. Yeah, seem to have got some dust to my eyeball. Can't forget about the last cloud. Where are the UFOs going to hide without clouds? He's all wigged out from the thunder now, folks. All right, let's sign this bad boy. The pen decides to work. Of course, it has the stupidest pen alive. It just worked on regular paper. Like, look at this. Works fine. Hello. Go over here. It doesn't want to work. Unbelievable. Alrighty. Look at this. Unbelievable. You know what? I'm just going to go use this guy. One of my old crusty pens that I always want to keep handy in case if I need it one day. And look at that. I need it today. There we go. I believe it is the 2nd of August. Imagine being so badass. Oh, you can hear the thunder. Cool. Imagine being so badass you just name a month after yourself. Hell yeah. Let's see here. What am I going to call this? This is the March calendar. 2026. Oh, yeah. Pretty soon. Chicken wings in my mouth, in my belly. Oh, and the date. The date. Very important. Augustus Caesar and I share the same name date as well, which is pretty cool. Now, let's put that together there. Here, let me get my booster seat here. Oh yeah. Now, of course, it's just pouring rain out. It's raining cats and dogs living in harmony. How does this work? I don't know, but it does. Let's I'll just raise this up a little bit so everyone can kind of see a good picture of it. You can't really see the color of the Zombunnies, but definitely it is they are colored, I can assure you. But yes, I think I'm all done here. Got everything all set up. Excellent. I'd like to say thanks for everyone for hanging out with me, listening to me cry about my blob. And just have a good rest of your day, everyone. Remain dauntless.